Now, many of you would know that the numeral 0 comes from India. But the fact is that the Romans used to use Latin numbers, and even from 1 to 9, the numbers actually come from India, not directly from India to Rome, but via Arabia and the Arab world. So do you want to talk to us about how the numbers that all of us use today, and arguably the only universal language in the world,
correct,
is actually an Indian export?
So when India tries to project its soft power around the world, often, the idea of yoga is referenced as something which is influenced everywhere. But you can make a much stronger case for Indian numbers, for 0, for the decimal system. All ideas dreamt up in India, being this foundational beginning, and as you say, the nearest thing the human race has to universal language. Amazingly, very few people know this outside India, because at some point in the 18th and 19th centuries, the Indian number system, which was always known, when the ideas are traveling, it's always called the Hindu system of number or the modus Indorum in Europe, suddenly becomes Arabic numbers. And it's true that Europe gets them from the Arabs, but the Arabs get them from India. And what we have in front of us now is the oldest 0 that is dated in the world, and it's in Gwalior. You can see in the middle row 270. Those are numbers that we can read today.
That's the oldest 0 there?
That's the oldest 0. It's in Gwalior, just 2 hours on a train from Delhi. Now here is a map that should be in every school textbook in the world. But again, people don't know this. Brahmi is the original number system used in Ashoka's inscriptions and the Ashoka pillars. That Gwalior inscription comes next. And again, you can see the 2s, the 3s, the 4s, and the 7s are very familiar. And then it goes in 3 different directions. You have the Indian number system continuing in Devanagari in this country. In the heartlands of Arabia, you have the East Arabic numbers. And then, crucially, in Morocco and Islamic Spain, you get what are called the West Arabic numbers developing out of this Gwalior system. By the 15th century, it's looking a bit more recognizable. By the 16th century, it sets. And the numbers on every mobile phone, on every laptop, everywhere around the world become set but they come from India originally. And one of the extraordinary things when I've been touring this book around Europe and so on, is that people all around America, in Britain, in Africa, in Australia, in Canada, they all know the stories of the Greek mathematicians. So everyone can tell you about Archimedes in his bath shouting Eureka. Kids of 7 know this story.